how it would be like to live in another part of the world.
So when you were looking at cities in China, were you more interested in somewhere like Xi'an, a tier 2 city, as opposed to going to Shanghai or Shenzhen or Hong Kong, somewhere like that?
Xi'an, I felt, was the best city for me, as it combined both Chinese culture as well as having some modern Western things as well. So I felt it was the best of both worlds. Tier 1 like Shanghai, Hong Kong, they're really westernized cities at this point. So you could miss out a lot on the Chinese experience.
Okay, have you been to cities like Shanghai or Hong Kong?
No, not yet. Mostly just from research as to what I've read on the internet.
Oh, right, I see. So basically, you know, looking in your line of work, you're an English teacher. Do you feel that the colour of your skin plays a factor in any way?
Yes, it does. Massively. Massively so. I feel oftentimes in China they have a stereotype about what constitutes an English speaker. Mostly here in China, it's white males, blonde hair, blue eyes type. They don't understand the multicultural societies as much. So they view the West in terms of how they would view China. And China, most people here are from one culture. So I felt that it played a role because I'm African American, and they don't really see me as American. They see me as more African. You know, I've never been to Africa.
Okay, so let's kind of move away from your work and into your daily life. Do you find that the colour of your skin maybe plays a factor when making Chinese friends?
I think it does, but I would say in that line it's more positive, I would say. Yeah, a lot of Chinese friends, they think of me kind of as the cool guy, maybe the rapper a little bit, or a basketball player. So I felt that it was more positive environment in that way, easy for me to make friends.
Okay, so what kind of friends would you make when it comes to Chinese friends? Would they be the guys who are into maybe basketball, hip-hop, that kind of thing? Yeah,
ones are more open-minded culturally. Basketball, hip-hop, more exposed to Western culture than those who are more traditional. Traditional ones, I don't, I won't make many friends on that line. The ones that are more westernized, yes.
Okay, so have you had any experiences with, you know, people who you would class as, you know, traditional Chinese? You know, what kind of experiences have you had with those groups?
Mostly I think just basically the ones where you're walking and they just at the first sign of you, they just freeze up like this, like in shock. I've had that plenty of times. Even today, going on the subway, I walk by, a lady just looks at me and just freezes up like this. As it's like, you know, it's something that they've never seen before. She was in shock. So yeah, it's...
Yeah, I noticed earlier on when we were walking through the shopping plaza coming here, you know, people were like, I mean, I get stared at anyway because I'm white skinned, blue eyes.
Right.
But when I was walking, you know, obviously a white guy and a black guy walking together, people were really staring. It must have been a special treat for them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So, living in Xi'an, you know, do you face any stereotypes as a black person?
I've had a couple. They're mostly more fun type, like them asking me, "Can you sing?" And I just play along and be like, "Yeah, I can sing a little bit." Or, "Can you rap?" "Yeah, I can rap a little bit." Mostly just cultural stereotypes. I haven't really ran into any negative stereotypes as of yet. Unlike, you know, kind of in America where I'll be labeled maybe a criminal or something of that nature. I haven't seen anything, at least from what I can tell yet, of that kind.
So you think in the US, people, when they stereotype you, they're more likely to stereotype you as a criminal? Yeah,
in a more negative fashion. Here's kind of more of a cultural, wow, I've seen them on TV, so you must be like them. Yeah, America is more of a negative stereotype in that regard.
So in China, you think it's more positive, like, oh, hey, he's black, he must be able to rap, he must know hip-hop and all that.
Exactly, yes.
Now, obviously, I mean, so you said, I mean, you said there's been no real negative stereotypes, so that no one has ever really said anything that's, or no groups, or you haven't heard of somebody saying something about you, which you would maybe class as offensive or really negative. You haven't heard it kind of through the grapevine.
Right, yeah. One time I was living in Club Salsa, and this guy, they asked me, "Where are you from?" And I told him I'm from America. And one guy, he could not believe it. He was like, no, you're not from America. You're not from America. I was like, yeah, I'm from America. I was born and raised in America. Like, no, you're Africa. And I threw my hands up. I'm like, I don't, nothing I can really do about it. But yeah, other than that, and of course in schools at times, you could get a lot of negative stereotypes there.
So can you give any examples of the stereotypes or problems you've had in schools when you've been teaching English?
My old school, I used to work in Accent English, is teaching kids, ages about from 5 to around 12, I would say. The kids love me. It was the parents, some of them, that didn't love me. That's when the problems came in. One time I lost a class because they said they didn't like my image and they didn't like my accent or dialect. And I was like, I don't know, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, that was a very, very, I was hurt by that deeply because I felt, that they didn't really understand what English culture was about, or they misunderstood me, really.
Okay, and how did the school break that news to you?
They took me in a room, and just told me, these parents in this classroom, they don't like your image, they don't like your dialect, and it was some other things too. They didn't feel like I was teaching them, the kids, the right way. yeah, exactly. Because that particular class, they had complained about me earlier before. I only had them for 1 month. And they felt that I was not, they just didn't like me. They see me, as soon as I walked into the classroom, they were automatically picking me apart.
Yes.
So that was a very trying experience.
And to you, that was quite an upsetting experience, hurt you?
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, but do you feel do you think the whole dialect accent thing was just claptrap? You believe it came down basically to the colour of your skin? Yes,
I believe so. There's another African working there named Michael Lowe.
Oh, yes, of course.
Michael Lowe. They love Michael Lowe.
Yes.
But Michael Lowe, he went to a management position, so he couldn't have as many classes. And so they substituted me for Michael Lowe. And when I came in there, they were just too much for the parents.
It was too much.
Yeah, too much for them.
So you were saying, so it wasn't really the school, it was more or less, because at the end of the day, you have to understand, the school, they were thinking from a business perspective, weren't they?
Yes.
So you wouldn't necessarily blame the school, you would just say that the parents were rather ignorant.
Yes.
Okay. Now, there's something I want to ask you about, because you hear this all the time, and a lot of my friends have told this to me, who are black, whether they're from Africa, US, Canada, UK, etc. They've said that the Chinese people are not necessarily racist, they are just unaware or somewhat ignorant and will make comments without realising how offensive they could be. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. It's not racism, I feel it's more ignorance. As I said earlier, China is a monoculture, only one sort of culture here. Like, for instance, in my web class, I do a social club every week, and I was asking them about Martin Luther King. Only one student out of maybe 20 knew who he was.
Martin Luther King, only one student
Yeah, only one student knew. All the rest of them, it was blank. But I think that's more of a problem with the educational system here, I think. The education system here, I think it's either math, science, and the only history part or social studies part you get is Chinese. It's through a Chinese lens.
Yes.
And so I feel a lot of them may lack the empathy, which is important to have for having other cultures, understanding other people's plights. So I think that's where the ignorance stems from, the root cause of it.
So you think a lot of it comes from education also?
Yeah. The educational system. The education system is good here for rote memory, math, science, solving problems and things, but it doesn't create a culture of empathy. It doesn't give them any sort of insight into other cultures that were outside Chinese cultures.
Okay, now I remember you a few weeks ago. You were talking on the group chat we have on WeChat, and you were saying that you believe the rise in hip hop culture and basketball culture and all that kind of thing. You think it's done a lot of good in China to kind of reduce negative stereotypes of black people.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's replaced the negative stereotypes.
Replace it. Yeah.
Is there any chance you can go into more detail about that? How, why do you think that is?
I think because it's starting to become more incorporated now. A lot of my students, they might not know who Martin Luther King is, but they know who LeBron is or who Kobe is.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so I feel that those types of things, they allow the students to get more maybe interested in a different culture, whereas maybe not through an educational lens, but through a pop culture lens or point of view. So that's happening.
Okay, so obviously we've spoke about these stereotypes that, there's the negative stereotypes that all black people are drug dealers. You hear that in China a lot.
Right.
You also hear the positive stereotypes, or maybe, you might argue against it, that all black people are brilliant at sports, they're fantastic at rapping.
You're right.
How does this influence you, the way you go about your daily life in China? Do you feel it's your job when you're teaching to try and change these stereotypes and open their minds?
Yes, I do try. I feel also I try to just be a nice, friendly guy. Another stereotype I think that I forgot to cover is one that black people are aggressive.
Yes, I get that all the time.
Yeah, very
I hear
aggressive.
that all the time.
Yeah, very aggressive, very quick to anger. So I try to be mindful of when I'm talking to people or when I'm in line for waiting for stuff. I'm always polite, always friendly. Make sure that I don't feed into the stereotype or perpetuate it even more.
Yes.
Because it is a stereotype and it's not true, but here they believe it to be true. So I do make efforts to try that.
So kind of due to this stereotype, do you not feel sometimes as though you're walking on eggshells?
Yeah. Well, yes, especially when I go past PSB. You would never see me going to PSB by myself. Always I would go with a Chinese friend when I do my blue card or when I'm filling out things. You would never see me going by myself. Oh no. But yes, I'm very mindful. When I go out to drink or have drinks with my friends, I drink a little bit. Don't drink too much to make sure that I'm, just being mindful.
Right, so, comparing life here in Xi'an compared to Washington, D.C., where you're from, where would you say you feel safer?
Here in Xi'an. That's not even close.
Okay, so in what ways would you say you feel safer?
I say here, I can walk around on the street at nighttime and it be no worries of crime, no worries of being shot, no worries of being robbed or anything. Pickpockets here, I hear are a problem, but they've never tried to pickpocket me. I've got a stereotype probably for the aggressive stereotype. Find the reason why.
It's a black guy. Let's
yes, they favor him. Yeah, that's why. But yes, I feel safer here. I've never had any problems in terms of criminal nature here.
Right, okay. So would you have any advice for any other, black people from the UK, Australia, or anywhere like that who want to come and teach English in China? Would you have any advice for them, what to prepare for, etc.?
I'd say the best advice, or at least the most important one, is to make sure you keep an open mind. Make sure to do research prior to coming over to China. Because a lot of people, I feel, from Western societies, they come here and they expect China to be sort of like it is back home. As odd as that sounds, they expect it. And as we know, from living here like even one day, you will see that it's nothing like back home. People here it's a monocultural society. Everything is straight Chinese, strictly Chinese. From behaviorism, spitting on the street, little kids pooping and peeing on the sidewalks, to even people, you know, saying hello to you. Hello, hello, hello. And walking down the street, you get 5 hellos. So I say keep an open mind. That's extremely important here. Also, being adjustable here is very important too as well. Kind of having an open mind, but being able to adjust. Like I said, here in China, a lot of bureaucracy and things here. Like to pay your internet, you had to go here at this station, then go to this station here, then go to this station here.
Yes,
like, I think it took me like maybe 30 minutes to pay my internet bill. Open a bank account for my new job. It took me like 10-15 minutes to do that. So it's something that these are things that you need to keep in mind, and then you need to watch out for. But other than that, I say it's very, you know, I'm having a nice time here, having a good time here.
It's kind of challenging, but it's also rewarding. Yeah,
challenging and rewarding as well. I'm enjoying my time here. I love it because I signed up for another year here at Webb. So I'm enjoying it. I get to meet new people all the time. People from different countries, from Britain, Germany, China. People from different countries, different cultures. So it's a very, very, very challenging experience, but also rewarding at the same time. Every day brings something new.
Okay, so last question really, it's just about labels. I mean, it's only, what time is it? It's 2:05 in the afternoon, and I think I've already heard the word la wai 4 times.
Right.
What word do you hear more? Do you hear the word la wai or hear? Which word do you hear more?
I'll say it would be lao wai more. Lao wai?
Yes.
Yeah, lao wai more. Yeah, I'll say that, which means, foreigner here. I hear lao wai a lot. I hear a lot of Megor.
Oh.
Yeah, people point Megor. Like I was in the store shopping, a little kid walked past me. Wow, Megor.
Yeah. I get everything. I get American, Russian, German, Australian, English.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yes.
But never South Africa. I've never heard South Africa yet. But that's because, I mean, a lot of my friends who are white South African who I've met, they've told me when they tell a Chinese person they're from South Africa, they don't believe them.
Yeah.
They always say, well, how comes you're white? Why aren't you black?
Yes, exactly.
I actually had one guy I met out here, he was a white guy. His parents were British, but he was born and raised in Zimbabwe, and he had a Zimbabwean passport. And he said when he used to tell Chinese people he was from Zimbabwe, they used to think he was making fun of them.
Yeah. Yes. It's all the time. Like my friend, he's from South Africa. Like me and him, we go to stores together. He tells them, I'm from Africa, he's from America, and they just can't believe it. They're like, what? No. Other way. How is that possible? They're like, no, it's possible, very possible.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Raymond. My phone ran out of memory there. That's it, really. Is there anything you would like to add?
Yes, I would say make sure when you come, you have fun here. I know people who have come, they've been miserable, just complaining about everything, not going out, not meeting new people and things. And that can really take away from your time here. So yeah, China is what you make of it, basically.
Okay, so thank you very much, Raymond.
That's fine. Thank you.